What's going on, guys? Dvzl from Team Stand and Draw here. Back from a long time. Jesus Christ. Anywho, just came from Team League with a good Team Stand and Draw. So, I'll just do a deck profile on what I brought there. I brought my own Aqua deck, Thavas, Blue Wave. Check it out. Alright, cool. So, we're starting with is Mitros, whatever his name is. Basically, he's Gen Break 1, putting the soul on the wave 3rd when my Vanguard with Thavas in the name attacks the Vanguard. Put him in soul, search the deck for a Thavas, grade 3 Thavas. Put it on Rayguard. That's basically your 4th attack for the turn. I thought I didn't need this starter for Team League, but I was like, you know what, I need this starter. It's a really good starter. Gives you 4th attack, don't have commit to board. Trigger lineup that I went with for that tournament. 2 draw, basically Marble Clone, put in the soul for 3k. Never used that skill, surprisingly, but it's a really good to have in general. And just a 2 draw, it's a once in a lifetime thing that you get. I played 10 critical, so let's go crit by crit. These 2 put in the soul, unflip it damage. These are the Blue Wave crit. That's the put at the top of the deck if you're a Blue Wave Vanguard. Wave 2nd or more, draw a card when you attack. And basically, I wanted to bump that up because the hand power is crazy. And then 4 of the Thavas crit. Thavas crit, when a Thavas Vanguard attacks, put in the soul, +5 draw until the end of the battle. It's basically 10 crit, 2 draw, and then obviously 4 heal. When our Team League happened for New York, it was G Guardians out, so you need 4 heal triggers. Alright. Grade 1s. I went kind of simplistic. I remember my deck profiles before had a lot of tech cards. I went very simplistic for this Team League. So, basically 2 Stacia. Stacia basically attack from the back row, can attack from the back row, and gets 3k when she does so. This was mainly to start my get my 4th battle off, and to swing at rear guards for a measly 9. That was basically what she was there for. 4 perfect guards. Gotta have that. And not playing the unflipping perfect guard, only on the fact that I didn't use a lot of counterblast in this tournament. Surprisingly, I didn't really have to use too much counterblast anyway, and I wasn't counterblasting a lot with all the skills anyway. Let's see. 4 of Orathea. Orathea was basically the resist unit that I wanted for 2 of my matchups. 1 of my matchups, actually. I just thought about that. Basically, resist, that was the only ability I used. I used her other ability like just once. When she boosts a unit, regardless if it attacks Vanguard or Rearguard, I can counterblast 1, soul blast 1, make that unit who she boosted lose 5,000 power and stand back up. It was a once per turn thing, so if I boosted and didn't do the skill, you can't use the skill anymore. Basically, that's how it goes. And then, last but not least, 4 Stride Fighter. Gotta have that. It was a really good card to have in. And then, for the times that I use the grade 3 to Stride, this is a good booster. Grade 2s. This is where I kind of played the tech cards in the deck. So let's just dive right into it. 3 Magnum Assault. When it's boosted, attacks a Vanguard. Counterblast 1, stands back up +2. I used him less as compared to my next card, which is Tidal Assault. Tidal Assault, basically, you already know, but when he attacks the Vanguard, lose 5k, stand back up. That's basically Tidal Assault. I use Tidal Assault more and with Stacia, that way I wouldn't have to use too much Counterblast. But these were basically the finishing cards that I used. Basically, those are the finishing cards. Let's get to a card I haven't used in a while. High Tide Sniper. So, for a period in time, I stopped using High Tide Sniper when the clan booster came out. But then, after all these months, I said to myself, you know what? High Tide basically is the card that I need for this deck to make it that much better. Basically, wave 3rd, well, on the 3rd attack or more, wave wasn't out back then. Soul Blast 1, he gets 10,000 power until the end of battle. Basically, my whole thing was to get like 4 soul, that way I can combine High Tide with Orathea for a power play. Played 2 of Adelaide. She's the Glimmer Breath clone for Thavas, basically counterblast 1, soul blast 1 when she's placed on rear. If I have a Thavas Vanguard, at the end of battle that she attacked, no, she gets 2k, and at the end of battle she attacked, she can stand back up and for another attack. Doesn't have to be the first battle. Never used her, actually. She was really just a ride target, honestly. And also just there, just in case I needed another attacker. But I never used her, actually, in the tournament. Oh, she was just there, honestly. And last but not least, my tech card, which was Saber Forcera. Player at 1. Mainly on the fact to open up rearguard circles, just in case I'm fighting like Link Joker or something like that. Also, the hand power from her is really good. So her ability is on the 4th battle or more when she attacks a Vanguard, retire at the end, draw 2. Really good card. Used her because I needed like defense, so I drew my cards. Grade 3s, have to play the one of Skyros. Gives the front row Rearguard to resist on Generation Break 1, and then when he's placed on Vanguard, give any unit on the field new ability, wave 3rd or more when they attack the Vanguard. They can search the top 5 for a grade 3. Surprisingly, I never used that skill, but the resist factor, that was really good in a matchup against Mega Colony. Next I played 3 Blue Wave Dragon, Anger Boil Dragon. A really good card. Definitely used both Thavas and Anger Boil in this tournament. His ability basically, Generation Break 2, when he attacks the Vanguard, wave 2nd or more. Wave 2nd only. Choose a rearguard, stand it, and this unit gets 5,000, and the unit you stand gets 10,000. That was a really good card against the Mega Colony player because I couldn't stride and get 4th attack, so I made sure I can get to the 2nd. On stride ability, when you stride a Blue Wave Marshall Dragon, Tetra Boil Dragon, long name. When you stride on top of him with that card, the Vanguard gets the new ability of plus 3,000 and wave second when he attacks the Vanguard, choose 2 units, stand them, and give them 3,000 power. Basically, I like to use that ability for, well, when we get there, I'll get to that, but it's a really good ability to get the restand off. And I used to play Tetra Drive, but I took him out because I never really saw a use for him. He was a really good card, don't get me wrong, but didn't really see a use for him anymore. And last but not least, Thavas. So, this almost got me a disqualification because he's misprinted. But, his Generation Break 2 skill, never used it, but Generation Break 2, 4th battle or more, if he attacks the Vanguard, he gets a critical and my opponent can't guard grade 0s. His on-strat ability, for those who don't know, when the Vanguard gets a new ability, when you stride on top of him, the 4th battle that a unit attacks, regardless if it's Vanguard or Rearguard, when that attacks the Vanguard, I choose up to 3 of my opponent's Rearguards, and they choose 1 to retire. No, I'm sorry. My opponent chooses 3. No, I choose 3 Rearguards. They pick 1 to retire. The thing about this is that on the card it says when this unit attacks. It really means when your unit attacks because it got it routed. The other thing is that if you have 2 or 1 Rearguard, I can still pick those 2 Rearguards to do the ability. A lot of people didn't know that. Well, the first person I fought didn't know that. Almost got disqualified for that, but judge had to tell him something different. Let's get to the G zone. Gonna breeze through this real fast. Play the one of Aristotle. Aristotle, 3rd attack. When he attacks the Vanguard, counterblast 1, pick a rearguard, retire it. Combined with Thavas, that is very field control, so that's why I love it. For the times where I'm not trying to be field control, I play Title Board. Title Board's same thing. 3rd battle, if he hits a Vanguard, I can draw a card and choose up to 1 card in my hand, call to rearguard. Basically, I'm trying to get the 4th attack by not committing too much to field from the first stride. So it's a really good combo. I play one of this card from Fighters Collection. Let me just read the card real quick because I don't really know his ability. I kind of just play him just to play him. Wave first when he attacks the Vanguard. I can choose the rear guards in my front row. They get 2,000 power, and the new ability, if they hit wave 3rd or more, wave 3rd or 4th, I can draw a card. I didn't use him at all. I never saw a time to use him, But we will get to the cards that I did use. So let's start with the biggie. Lambros. Played at 2. He's definitely good at 2 because on the fact that his ability is really cool. And let me say it's really powerful. Definitely powerful. I love to see my opponent's facial expression when they can't guard it all. Basically, wave 4. Well, the 4th attack of the turn, when Lambros swings, I can choose 2 units, stand them, and if I have two or more face up in G zone, then I can give those units so I stood 10,000 power each. Pretty good ability. I love Lambros. Devastating card. Love to see my opponent's face on those. Alright, let's get to the long name Blue Wave Martial Dragon Tetrafoil Dragon. I played at 3. It's a tech choice. Basically, his ability, Counterblast 1, Wave 2nd, when he attacks the Vanguard, and Counterblast 1, I flip up a copy of himself. And he gets a new skill of Wave 4th, when my rear guard has done attack, when he's at the end of the battle that attacked the rear guard, I can pitch a card and stand him back up. And basically he loses triple drive and goes to twin drive. So I play him at 3 because when I stride on top of Anger Boil, I can still do the restand. I can still do the stand 2 units and give 3k. So that's why I use it at 3. Play 2 Thavas. Thavas, basically GB2 starter. Flip up a copy of himself in the G zone, and I can give a unit plus 5,000 power and the ability to attack from the back row. And at Generation Break 3, I give himself the ability that, same thing as the regular Thavas, I choose 3 rear guards, he picks 1 to retire. So, he was a good card, definitely used him, but let's get to the big boy stride. So, 1 Seabreeze. Basically, if you're on grade 2, I'm gonna stride. That's basically what it says. Counterblast 2 though. The tournament winning card that clearly everybody needs in their deck. Dvzl. So when it comes to late game, and you've strode and you've G-Guardianed and you've used all the cards in your deck, who do you turn to? Dvzl. Dvzl's ability basically, Counterblast 1, when he attacks, turn up a card in the G zone, and for every card in the G zone, it gets plus 5,000. So hitting 66 or 56 to your opponent and ask them for a PG, and they tell you no, it's pretty much a troll. That's pretty much what it is. Play it at 1 though, because it's space. On to G Guardians. I play 2 of the Aqua 1. If we had another choice, I would pick it. I don't like this one. Honestly, I'll be real with you. If I'm guarding the first battle or second battle of my opponent, she gets plus 5,000 shield. That's what she does. It's not too good, but you know what? At this point, that's the only one we got. Play 1 Screw. Screw. If you have a card face up in the G zone, I can discard a card for 10,000 shield. That's the good card. The Cray Elemental one. And then last but not least, I play 1 Dark Element. Basically, she doesn't get any shield whatsoever, but she has resist herself, so F you Die Kaiser, and she gives a unit the ability of basically resist, and my opponent can't attack that rear guard, or they can't target it with effects. So it's a really good card, but the only thing is it doesn't gain power, so that's the only issue with that card. So basically, that's the deck right there. Definitely, Team League went. Although all of my games I basically won. I kind of just punched for face at that point. My only issue was Mega Colony, but at that point I had 2 Ortheas, so it's really no issue at all. So catch you guys later. Check out other deck profiles. See you guys in the next one.